Lads and ladies, welcome to a new video. And today it is Game Week 3 EFL League 1 and League 2 predictions. Now, I do apologise that I didn't do my EFL review last week. This week, because due to the fact that Wednesday played on Sunday and I needed that day rest to recover and, be doing another video, if you know what I mean. And because the Cup was on Tuesday, I couldn't really do an EFL review. It wouldn't have really made much sense to do an EFL review when it's the Carabao Cup. So, hence why I didn't do one. I won't be doing one next week either, because I'll be doing League 1 and 2 predictions for Monday, because there's games on Tuesday and Wednesday night. So, there'll be no EFL review next week. So, it should be normal the week after. So, as you can see, I'm back home now from Mallorca. But I'm starting in my garden because it's too hot to do it inside. So, yeah, let's get straight on with League 1 to start off with. And we start off with our half-12 kickoffs. Burton against Port Vale. Now, Burton last week, they lost 3-2 to Barnsley. They were 2-0 up as well, but unfortunately they screwed it up in the second half because they played awful. In terms of how Port Vale did last week, they beat Blackpool in the Cup. I think. Yeah, they beat Blackpool in the Cup. And then in the league, they drew 0-0 to Cardiff. Now, they probably shouldn't have drew that game. There were some dodgy refereeing decisions, especially with that that offside goal. That was not offside. I'm telling you that now. That was not offside. And Port Vale should definitely won that game. But oh well, that's just refereeing for you, isn't it? I'm planning to do a video on refereeing because it is starting to get a little bit of concerning of how bad referees are really in this country. It really is. So, in terms of predictions, this is a half-12 kickoff. I'm gonna start off with a 2-1 Burton win. The second half-12 kickoff, we've got Exeter against Mansfield, 9th against 20th. Now, Exeter in last week, they lost 2-0 to Exeter in the Cup. Not 2-0 to Cheltenham, in the Cup. And in the league, they beat Blackpool 4-1. And nobody was expecting that apart from me. I think I predicted Exeter to win. So, oh well. Mansfield, they beat Chesterfield 2-0 in the Cup, so well done to them. And in the league, they lost 2-1 to Donny, but Donny are just a good side in this league, so they will do very well anyway. In terms of who I think will win this game, Exeter have been on some good form, so I'm going to go for a 1-0 Exeter win. Next up then, let's move on to the 3 p.m. kickoffs. We've got Barnsley against Bolton, 2nd against 13th. Now, when I think of this game, I think of it as when Wednesday constantly play Coventry. That's my thought on this game, because I see Barnsley constantly playing Bolton, and then that's what makes me think of when Wednesday play Coventry all the time. It gets very boring. Start off with Barnsley then. They beat Fleetwood on penalties in the Cup. In the league, they beat Burton 3-2. They came back from 2-0 down, so fair play to them. Bolton lost on penalties to Wednesday. Embarrassing against a youth team, imagine that. Bolton were good against Plymouth, 2-0 win for them. I don't know how this game's going to go, because usually Barnsley are awful at home, but maybe this season they might be a bit different, They genuinely could be they could be different. So for me, I'm actually going to go for a, there'll be goals. I'll say 2-1 Barnsley, I'll say. Next up then, Blackpool against Huddersfield. Now, Blackpool have been shocking recently. In the Cup, they lost to Port Vale. Don't know how. And then in the league, of course, they lost 4-1 to Exeter. Of course, nobody was expecting that. Huddersfield, fair play in the Cup. You beat Leicester. Don't know how, but fair play. You played really well. In the league, you've done really well. 2 wins out of 2. You're top of the league. And you're coming into this game with potential hope that you could absolutely batter Blackpool. And that's what I think. I think Huddersfield are going to win 4-0 for me. It'll be a thrashing. Next up then, we've got Bradford against Luton. Now, Bradford in the Cup, they beat Blackburn, so fair play to them. You did really well against them. Luton lost 1-0 to Coventry. There's not really much you can do because Coventry are a very good side. So there's not much you can really do against them. But in terms of the league, you beat Peterborough 2-0, and Peterborough aren't very good, so well done to Luton. You got a good result there. Bradford can tend to be a very tough place to go sometimes, and can I just see it being another one of them games? It's going to be a tough one. It's 8th against 4th. Oh, you know what? I can have a feeling that Bradford might actually win this game. It'll be tight, but I'm going to go 1-0 Bradford. Next up then, Cardiff against Rotherham, 7th against 15th. In the Cup, Cardiff beat Swindon 2-1, so well done to them. In the league, they dropped points to Port Vale. They should have lost, though, if that goal would have stood. But referees, like I said, are awful in this league. Rotherham, they beat Salford on penalties, so well done to them. But in the league, they lost 1-0 to Stevenage, and Stevenage aren't a bad side at all. But how I think this game will go, it'll be tough for Rotherham, because Cardiff, because of their stadium, usually, when you've got a big stadium, it can be tough for lower, kind of them sides who are used to playing at 10 to 12,000 or lower. It can be tough for them. I think it'll be the same at Rotherham. And usually their away form is not really the best. So, I think Cardiff will win 2-1. Next up then, Doncaster against Wycombe. Very exciting times for Doncaster because they've been doing very, very well recently. And in the Cup, they have definitely proved that. 4-0 away at Middlesbrough. I mean, who was expecting that? I definitely wasn't expecting that. In the Cup for Wycombe, they... how did they do in the Cup? It's not telling me, apparently. Don't want to tell me how they did in the Cup. Okay. Oh, never mind. They beat Leyton Orient 1-0 in the Cup. In the league, they've been doing shocking. They've lost to Stockport and Bradford. So, really, you do need to start picking up points, Wycombe, because you're near to the relegation zone now. So, you know what? I can see Donny absolutely battering Wycombe. You know what? I'm going for 3-1 to Donny for me. Next up, Leyton Orient against Stockport, 16th against 3rd. In the Cup, Leyton Orient lost to Wycombe. For Stockport, they beat Crewe 3-1, local rivalry, so well done to them. In the league, for both of these teams, Leyton Orient got a good win against Wigan 2-0, and Stockport beat Wycombe 2-1. Wigan and Wycombe, I think I said that right. Anyway, Leyton Orient aren't bad at home, you know. They're not bad at home. They're not a bad side at all. But Stockport are just too good. They really are. They are just too good. I'm going to go for 2-1 to Stockport for me. Next up, Lincoln against Plymouth. 14th against 23rd. Plymouth need to give themselves a right kick up the backside because they have been playing awful in the league. Lincoln in the Cup beat Harrogate 3-1. Good win for them. And in the league, they lost to Wimbledon 2-0. It'll be a tough place to go there, Wimbledon. I will chat about them in a bit. Plymouth, they managed to make up for their bad form and beat QPR in the Cup, so well done to them. In the league, I've obviously talked about them. They lost 2-0 to Bolton. Lincoln, I've said all the time, they can just be a funny side. I think there will be another home win here. 2-1 Lincoln. Next up then, we've got Reading against AFC Wimbledon. Now, in the league, in the Cup for Reading, they beat Portsmouth 2-1, so well, that's a very good win for them. In the league, they've lost 2-0 to Huddersfield, and the bottom of the league as well with 2 losses from 2. Wimbledon have not done too bad. They beat Gillingham on penalties in the Cup, and in the league, obviously they beat Lincoln. They're 10th in the league, and Reading are bottom, so you'd probably... do you know what? I think Wimbledon will win. It'll be tight. 1-0 Wimbledon. Next up, Stevenage against Northampton. In the Cup for Stevenage, they lost 3-1 to Charlton. Charlton are a very good side at home, so you can't really complain much about that. For Northampton, they lost to Southampton 1-0, so they didn't get battered. So Northampton, you can't really complain too much about that. It's 5th against 18th. In the league for Stevenage, they obviously beat Rotherham 1-0, like I've already explained. And it were a 0-0 draw against Bradford for Northampton. I think Stevenage will win. I'm going to go 2-1 Stevenage. Final game then before we move on to League 2. Wigan against Peterborough, 12th against 21st. Wigan in the Cup beat Notts County. That's a good result for them. Peterborough in the Cup lost 2-1 to Accrington. Don't know how, but that's an embarrassing result for them. In the league, both of these sides have lost. Wigan lost 2-0 to Leyton Orient and Peterborough lost 2-0 to Luton. So both of these sides didn't do very well last weekend, and they will be expecting to do well in this game. But Wigan, for me, I think have got the better team, and I think they will absolutely wipe Peterborough off the floor by winning 3-1. So moving back over to the 12:30 kickoff, starting with League 2. Chesterfield in 3rd against Bristol Rovers in 20th place. So starting off with Chesterfield, obviously they lost 2-0 to Mansfield in the Cup. In the league, they beat Cheltenham 2-0, so a good result for them. In the Cup for Bristol Rovers, they lost 2-0 to Cambridge. In the league, they've lost 2-1 to Fleetwood. So for me, I'm going to go for a Chesterfield win. They're very good. They can tend to be very good at home, but in the Cup, they got battered by Mansfield. I think Chesterfield, like I said, they will win 2-0. 2-0 Chesterfield. Next up, then, we've got Oldham against Swindon. Oldham did not play in the Cup last week because they got knocked out the Premier League round to Accrington Stanley. Swindon, in the Cup, they lost 2-1 to Cardiff. In the league, they beat Cambridge 3-2, so a very good result for Swindon. It's 11th against 16th. Oldham have not won a game in the league yet, but they're not down in the relegation zone, so they can't complain about that. For me, I think Swindon have got the upper hand in this game. I think they could batter Oldham. I'm going for 2-0 Swindon. So then, back to the 3 p.m. kickoffs. We have Barnet against Walsall. Barnet are bottom of the table. They will need a result against Walsall, who are 13th at the moment. You wouldn't be expecting that from that sort of side. Barnet lost 2-0 to Bromley last weekend. Didn't play in the Cup because they lost on penalties to Newport in the Premier League round. Walsall, they lost on penalties to Stoke in the Cup. And then in the league, they lost 1-0 to Gillingham somehow. For me, I think Walsall may just edge this game. But I'm going for 1-0 Walsall. But it'll be tighter than you think. Next up then, Barrow against Notts County. 22nd against 17th. Now, in the Cup, Barrow lost 1-0 to Preston in a very tight affair. Notts County lost 1-0 to Wigan in the Cup. And in the league for both of these sides, Notts County lost 2-1 to Salford and Barrow lost 2-0 to MK Dons. So, Barrow haven't won a game in the last 3 and Notts County haven't won, last 5. They drew 3 before they've lost the remaining 2 games. So both of these teams will want to win this game. But I think Barrow might win. I know they're 22nd, but I don't think league positions really matter for these first couple of games. So I think Barrow will win 1-0. Next up then, we've got Bromley against Fleetwood. Well done to Bromley. You beat Ipswich on penalties. I don't know how, but you deserved it. Fleetwood, they lost to Barnsley on penalties. So both of these, Bromley won on penalties and Fleetwood lost on penalties in the Cup. Bromley beat Barnet 2-0 in the league and Fleetwood beat Bristol Rovers 2-1. So both of these teams have won their games. But how do I think this game will go? I think Fleetwood might just edge this. They've been playing well recently, apart from that Barnsley game, but nobody really cares about the Cup. I think, Fleetwood will win 2-1. Next up then, Cambridge against Harrogate Town, 12th against 8th. In the Cup for Cambridge, they beat Bristol Rovers 2-0, so that's a good result for them. In Harrogate, they lost 3-1 to Lincoln in the Cup. The league, Cambridge lost 3-2 to Swindon. Harrogate, they drew 3-3 with Grimsby. What a game that was, by the way. For me, I think Cambridge might just edge this. I don't think Harrogate are good enough. Despite they are 8th at the moment, it doesn't really mean anything at this moment in time. But it will in probably 10 to 12 games' time. It probably will mean something. Cambridge, I've got you to win 2-1. Next up then, Crewe against Crawley. For top of the league against 23rd in Crawley. I did predict Crawley to finish 11th in the league, and I might be right with that if Crawley don't, get their results going. In the Cup for Crewe, they lost 3-1 to Stockport, and for Crawley, they lost 3-1 to Swansea, which was pretty much expected anyway. Crawley. Lost the last 5 games. In the league, you lost 2-1 to Newport and 3-0 to Grimsby. Oh, God. And Crewe, you've beaten Accrington and Salford. 2 very good results. You're going to beat Crawley 2-0. Next up then, Grimsby against Newport, 5th against 9th. Grimsby have been on top recently. They've been playing absolutely brilliant football. In the Cup, they beat Shrewsbury 3-1, and in the league, they did amazing, drew 3-3 with Harrogate. Very entertaining game, like I said earlier. Newport in the Cup, they lost 1-0 to Millwall. Very tight, though. And in the league, they beat Crawley 2-1. So for me, I think Grimsby are going to win this game. They are going to win. I think they'll win 3-1. But well done to Grimsby for getting through in round 2. And you'll have a very tasty tie against Manchester United to play. So that'll be good for you. Next up then, MK Dons against Cheltenham. 6th against 21st. In the Cup for MK Dons, they lost 2-0 to Bristol City, which was expected. In the Cup for Cheltenham, they beat Exeter 2-0. In the league, Cheltenham lost 2-0 to Chesterfield, and MK Dons beat Barrow 2-0. So, you know what? I'm actually going to go for a Cheltenham win. 1-0 Cheltenham. Next up, Salford against Accrington, 14th against 18th. Bit of a local rivalry here. In the Cup for Salford, they lost on penalties to Rotherham, and Accrington in the Cup beat Peterborough 2-1. And in the league, Salford beat Notts County 2-1. Very good result for them. And Accrington lost 2-0 to Crewe in the league. And the team I predicted to finish as league leaders, I think will lose this game 2-1 to Accrington Stanley. Next up then, Shrewsbury against Colchester, 19th against 15th. Both of these teams have not won a game in 5. In the Cup for Shrewsbury, they lost 3-1 to Grimsby. In the Cup for Colchester, they lost 1-0 to Oxford. And in the league, they lost 4-0 to Tranmere. Shrewsbury got absolutely slapped. And for Colchester, they drew 1-1 with Oldham. So they'll expect a bit more from this. This could be a very boring game, considering both of these sides have not won in 5. So Colchester will just win, just edge it, 1-0. Next up then, Tranmere against Gillingham, 4th against 10th. This could be a good game. In the league, Tranmere beat Shrewsbury 4-0. They didn't play in the Cup because their game got postponed. No idea why, so don't ask me. Gillingham lost to AFC Wimbledon in the Cup on penalties. And in the league, they beat Walsall 1-0. So well done to them. So this could be a tasty affair, like I said. I think Tranmere will win. They can be good at home. So I'm going to go... I'll go for 2-1 Tranmere. So that's the end of another game week of League 1 and 2 predictions. I hope the lads and ladies did enjoy doing Championship tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that. And like I said, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like, subscribe, do the usual things. And I will see you in the next one.